want to know the name? Devil May Cry.
It's also hard for me to, like, the outfit thing, and then also it's kind of hard for me to place which Sanic this Dante is as well. Because again, because again, every Dante is a Sanic. There we go. Like, what do you think? Because, like, DMC2 was Sonic Boom Sanic. DMC3 was Classic Sanic. And he evolved into Sonic Adventure Sanic right at the end. Perhaps he is Modern Sanic?
That's what I was thinking.
There's not really a lot else he could be.
Yeah. Modern Sanic.
Reads classic literature.
We're talking.
Just gotta take it back.
Yeah, this seems safe.
That's safe. It's like an elevator, but it's just a section of the building.
And I mentioned it before, but like part of the kind of a weird thing about this DMC is because, you know, like in all the previous DMCs, it was which one's this one? Oh, fucking come on.
Come now.
That's just a free. All the previous DMCs like have an environment that is like a map. You have a map screen, is the idea. Oh, maintain an S rank. Okay. Well, still not very hard. Basically means you just can't get hit.
Basically.
Upsetting me. You have a map screen in all the previous DMC games. Like there's a bunch of rooms, and you can go into the different rooms, and there's different puzzles to solve in the rooms. This is the only DMC game where it's like there's not really a thing. Like even in DMC4, where it's basically just like a straight line, where you start out in Fortuna and like go all the way through to the church's headquarters or whatever, and then back. It was still a map screen, and there were still puzzles to be solved. Like the most of that was Fortuna Castle.
Fortuna Castle.
Oh, you cock blocking shit cunt fucker. Shut your ass, fuck. That's like being a foreign person trying to swear. There we go.
I kind of wanted to watch whatever it was from, if it was from something. Let us fuck with butt.
Fucking yeah. Whoop.
I'll bear my heart to flag.
Come on.
Come on, baby. Come get me.
Whoop. Oh, you communist! I was so close.
Come here, baby bitch.
There we go. Doing better this time. Don't jinx it.
Pokemon in blackface.
Yeah, baby. Oops. Come on. No! Are you fucking for rizzle? Are you for shizzle my nizzle?
Yes.
Frustration. Devastation. Anti-vaccination. Oh, what even the fuck with that one? That's not even a thing that could have been. It's not even a fucking thing that could have been. There's a map screen. This game, you don't really have that. You don't really have that. All of the levels are just like... They're very Bayonetta-esque. Or it's just, this is the level now. Oh no, come on! Those aren't parryable. The fucking butchers are parryable.
What's the butcher?
So, like, that's the only thing that has changed in terms of, like, the design philosophy after 10 years, is the old DMC games were still fucking asshole. We're still very much defined by their Resident Evil influence. This is more defined by its Bayonetta, by you know, what has come since.
Yes.
Because the previous DMC games were trailblazers. They blazed the trail. They set the foundations, and then 10 years later, other games have come that have done what DMC did. And innovated on the genre.
On the vagina.
On the vaginas. Bad. Whew. Okay, come on. Let's be cool, guys. Oh, you major ass.
I saw your hand try to get back to the controller at the time, and it didn't quite make it.
I'm getting old. They say, like, your reflexes start going after you turn 25. Oh, come on! Your fucking animation! Your recovery frames! Got frame trapped. I'm trying... yeah.
Trap music.
The previous Devil May Cry games were defined by their Resident Evil influence. And then since those games, other games have come that were defined by their Devil May Cry influence. So then, 10 years since the last trailblazing defining game that created a whole genre, what in the landscape are they going to look to for design influence? They're not going to look to fucking Resident Evil, that's for fucking sure. They're going to look to games that took things that previous DMC games did and expanded on them and take from that. So in this game you don't have, like, a Spencer Estate-esque
Jeez.
A Spencer Estate-esque landscape, like, open area that you navigate through from beginning to end. You have Bayonetta-esque level-by-level action progression. So, you know, again, like, there are things to this game where it's like, this isn't exactly what they would have done if they had made it immediately after DMC4 10 years ago. It is defined by industry trends that have happened in the interim. It's like, people aren't, you know... Again, I find myself... I feel this way often. I find myself dissatisfied by the lack of depth with people's analysis of this game. They're not taking the full picture into account. They're just going, oh... This was in DMC Devil May Cry, so it's taking it from DMC Devil May Cry. They're not looking at, well, what the fuck did DMC Devil May Cry take it from? You know, take that from. They're just like, they're looking at it, and then they go like, oh, I see what's on the screen, and then that's as far as it goes. Mm-hmm. It's like whenever I hear anyone talk about fucking Nier Automata, and they're like, oh, it's about what it means to be human, and can robots have emotions too? And it's like, talk about literally the most boring surface-level fucking analysis that you could ever possibly have of any fucking form of art ever.
Yep.
Like, yeah, good job, idiots. I saw fucking Star Trek: The Next Generation too. Oh, you guys, guys, I have a fucking episode of Star Trek. It's called The Measure of a Man. It would blow your fucking mind if you think if you think that was the only interesting thing Nier Automata had to say.
Data goes on trial.
And they have to prove that he has a soul.
Yeah.
Something stupid like that. Even that fucking episode didn't really tackle that topic to a satisfying extent.
Yeah. Is he property or is he a person?
Oh, like there's a fucking middle ground here that everyone's ignoring.
I mean, well,
Oh, come the fuck on.
that's similar to when
There we go. Oh, shitbag.
Inception came out.
Yeah, everyone just went like, oh, it's mind-blowing, man.
It's so complex and you won't get it, and it's...
You gotta watch it twice, dude. Like, you number one, you don't watch movies twice. You don't watch movies that you like more than once. This is the first time you've thought, wow, I should watch that again.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like...
Number two.
Notice how everyone who said most of the world isn't going to get this thinks they do get it.
Like, you don't get it either. So, like, I guess you're right.
It's interesting. It's really interesting.
It's just a heist movie.
It's just... It's not that deep.
It's not that deep, bro.
It's really cool. I loved that movie. I saw it in the theater.
It's artistically...
I love...
in terms of its
more
visual
than a
design.
fucking Marvel movie.
It's inspired.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than your average popcorn muncher piece of shit that comes out now. But it's not like it's... Oh, so they talk about the most basic psychology?
Yeah, like, wow, never heard of fucking Plato's Cave before, guys.
Yeah. Like, it's not that ridiculously complex. You just want to present it as such because you also want to present yourself as someone who understands it.
Yeah, that was another thing, is when Inception came out, people compared it to The Matrix, and I was like, yeah, not for the reasons you think. It's the like very like it's the movie that allowed idiots to think that they could be smart.
Exactly.
Because it presented very complex ideas in the most watered down, simplistic, bog standard
101
fucking
intro
way
to psychology
that they could ever be analyzed.
Exactly.
Analyzed.
Alistair Sims.
So, like, that happens every fucking time. And Nier Automata was, like, the one that really pissed me off, because, like, everyone just went, oh, it's about what it means to be human, and that's it. And I was like, really? That's what you think it was fucking about? Nothing else? There's nothing else of substance to talk about with this narrative for this game. You know, like, oh, robots can be people, too. Like, number one, you never saw anything that said that before.
Yeah.
Number two, it had so much more to say than just that.
Yeah.
So, slight distraction. Look at what we have here. The Kalina Ann. A missile launcher named after Lady's mom.
Yeah.
So, we have a new weapon. Hooray! So you can miss this. You cannot pick that up. That is a secret.
That's the broken butterfly.
I missed it the first time I played the game.
That is Kenneth from Stars Bravo team.
So, again, DMC not super deep in terms of story, but in terms of, like, gameplay analysis and complexity, and influence and inspiration, it's the same fucking thing, where people went, oh, that's from DMC Devil May Cry, they're taking, like, that's as far as you're gonna go, like, the last game that came out before this one is what you're gonna look at. You're not gonna look at anything in between.
Everything is linear, and it only is influenced by the thing that comes before it.
You're not gonna look at anything else. You're not gonna look at any other game released within this genre.
Especially considering DMC started this genre.
Not gonna look at Wonderful 101 or Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Not gonna look at Bayonetta. Not gonna look at fucking God Hand. Not gonna look at anything. You're just gonna go like, oh, DMC Devil May Cry did it first. It did the name pop up. The enemy's name popped up on the screen as they were introduced. That was a DMC Devil May Cry thing. It's like, fucking Bayonetta did that.
Yeah,
fucking
way
idiots.
a lot of games from the 90s did that.
That's like... all you're doing is betraying that you don't think about this stuff very often.
Exactly. Well, that's the same as people who, whenever a band has a guitar solo that restates the vocal line, everyone goes, "Oh, Nirvana."
Yeah.
I think I said this
Or
already, but it's
Stairway
like,
to Heaven.
yeah, it's like, oh wow, a 1994 fucking alternative band invented that thing that's been a staple of music since the ancient Greeks. Really, that used to be what vocal music was. An instrument playing the vocal line as someone sang it. We're talking like over 2,000 years ago. Nirvana did not invent that, honey.
Yeah, it's like surface level plebeians acting like they can do deep analysis.
Well,
I'm
that's-
always constantly let down.
That's what the internet is. That's what YouTube is.
See, look at this. I've been running around with a full fucking devil trigger for like this entire level. Have not used it until just now because I feel like it's probably might as well use it. No reason not to, and it immediately killed all of the enemies that I was just encountering.
Yeah, bitch.
You. Like the infinite like capacity of the human mind for complex and abstract thinking, and it is being fucking wasted.
Yeah.
And again, it doesn't have to always be a narrative thing. That's just, you know, again, that thing of like people think beating a game is getting to the credits.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I play this game, like, I S-ranked almost every difficulty on this game because fuck Hell or Hell Mode, that's bullshit. I'm not fucking doing that. People think, like, I got to the credits on easy mode. I have played the game. I have the fucking capacity to take part in the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, you're a fucking idiot.
I finished Leon A and literally nothing else.
Yeah. And then I went and played Leon and played Claire A, and I was disappointed. Like, you literally didn't even finish the fucking game.
You played not even half.
If you haven't beaten Dante Must Die mode, you don't get to talk about the game. You didn't play it.
Yeah.
There was more to it that needed to be played. I mean, it's a fucking action game. Like, yeah, you play like fucking Gone Home or Dear Esther or fucking...
Yeah, exactly.
Or fucking like What Remains of Edith Finch, which is just a walking simulator with a story. Like, it's a narrative-driven game.
Yeah.
But even then, like, games like fucking The Walking Dead or Undertale, which have replay value and have different, like, story like, they're narratively focused.
Yeah.
But you can still miss things if you just play it once and then don't think about it anymore.
If you just play Undertale once, you've missed out on, like, half the story.
Yeah. Like, you literally...
More than that.
And part of... And Undertale's a really good example, because part of it is gameplay-oriented. Like, if you... Like, again, people like to... Shit idiots like to point to Undertale as, like, finally a game for non-gamers, as if something like that could ever fucking
Whatever that
exist
means.
and be decent.
Yeah.
All these fucking plebeians... All these fucking game journalists, like, longing for the video game made for people who don't like video games.
A book made for someone who doesn't like to read is a bad book.
Yeah, exactly. That is the joke. All games made for non-gamers are shit games.
Yeah, I mean...
And you can fucking tell when a game is made by and for people who don't play fucking video games.
Then why would you make a game for them?
Because it's easier than getting to Hollywood. Fucking David Cage. High explosive.
High voltage rock and roll.
I guess I should buy some more stuff. Air block. Yeah, that's kind of it. Or it's like, if you haven't played, like, fucking Monster Quest, sorry, did I say that? Dragon Quest. If you haven't played Dragon Quest, or fucking, Shin Megami Tensei, or Final Fantasy, or Earthbound, you're not gonna fucking get the shit that's in Undertale.
Yeah.
Like, the fucking point. The satire, to a degree.
Yeah.
The joke is
You're
that
just gonna let me through.
of the genocide run is if you play this game like you normally play any other JRPG, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, who the fuck would play that game and not hurt anyone your first time through?
Yeah.
It's an RPG. That's what
The
you do.
entire idea is that it's like a commentary on traditional JRPG archetypes and gameplay mechanics.
He made it because he loved Earthbound so much.
Yeah.
Huge Earthbound fan, excited to play it for the first
play
time.
Earthbound for the first time. I'm gonna throw a motorcycle at Dante.
Is it Halloween already?
That was his tweet right before he did that.
That's my
It's a
sword.
little big. I thought you had better taste than that.
So I like how Dante immediately knows who it is. V also immediately knew who it was when he was riding on the fucking horse.
That's my fucking horse.
Cavalier Angelo. Voltic Black Knight. And also has lightning powers. Who else do we know who has lightning powers? Just saying.
And now I'm gonna play with.
Bam, bitch! I feel like playing Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, has given me a much better appreciation for Royal Guard. I feel like playing as a member of the Royal Guard in DMC made playing Sekiro made the transition to Sekiro a lot easier for a lot of people. That's what I was trying to talk about. Like, for me, I don't use, like, the options that a game gives you. I pretty much just do, like, the basic standard default thing. And Sekiro, I feel like, was a game that really, like, complemented that. Because it was a game where, like, it's based around, like, here are the mechanics. You block, and then hit them. And then block and then hit them, and then hit them, and then block while they're trying to hit you. That's the game.
There you go.
Fucking do it. And a lot of people just could not wrap their heads around that, but I had an easier time with it, because that's how I just play every game. This is like, here's the basic gameplay methodology.
Yeah.
Just do it.
They dispatched a fuckload of ambulances to this. They were all
I mean,
over
they
the place.
fucking...
How scary you are.
Sheesh. Who could it be?
Could it be now?
Who was the other boss fight that turned out to have a revelation?
Revengeance.
Oh, shit.
There's a series that makes no sense to do as a left one.
What? Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah.
Yep. Just because it's just... Have fun watching hours of cutscenes.
Yep.
It's really bad. It's really... I want to do it, but it's... I haven't done it yet for a reason. Ah, shit. Frame perfect blocks, bitch. Oh! Oh,
The way you
shit.
say shit is really funny. Ah, shit. Man, my grandfather was so old, he said all the letters in the cuss word. Shit!
So here's a cool thing. When you use Gunslinger now, Ebony and Ivory have different utilities. Whoop.
Whoa!
Ah, shit. So, if you just press triangle, Ivory just rapid fires. Whoop. And if you press circle, Ebony is like the big armor-piercing attack. So I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's neat.
Whoa, shit. Not paying attention. So, like, I'm using Royal Guard a lot on this boss fight, because again... Ah, goddammit. Like, the game's a lot better designed in terms of encouraging you to use all of Dante's different fucking movesets. Shit! Forgot that you lose... That's based on your fucking Devil Trigger. Oh, you fuck boy. Don't die. Come on. Ooh, damn it! I'm not gonna waste a gold orb. Defeating you like this has no meaning. So yeah, people are idiots. Welcome to my
Yeah.
TED Talk. Everyone's an idiot.
Every single part of these Let's Plays, that's just what we end up saying.
There we go. Come on, do it. Come on. No. Ah, bitch. I mean, that's kind of what I just did during the entirety of my Sonic game playthroughs as well. Just like, everyone is stupid.
Yeah.
You don't get it. You're dumb because you act like you do get it, but you don't.
It's fine if you don't, but don't pretend you do.
It's fine to not get it, but you don't get it. And it's really obvious to people who do get it.
The joke of more cowbell is that there is no joke.
Bam!
You're supposed to laugh at the people who think there's a joke. No, you just don't get it.
No, you just don't get why it's funny.
And that's fine, but you wrote a whole fucking article about how I don't get this joke. Like, wow, really? Keep that quiet next time.
Dante's like, oh, like, whoa, that was
Oh,
weird,
shit.
but cool. And there it is. Oh, my mom's inside this weird demon. Time to make myself a devil arm.
You know what I'm saying?
Time to make the coolest fucking weapon in the entire fucking... This is important. This is very important. Everyone pay attention.
Whoa, looks like I took in a little too much. You okay?
I've been better.
Yeah!
Oh,
Look at that ass!
look at that ass.
Uncensored ass!
Uncensored
Look at that
penis.
divine uncensored ass, everyone.
Yeah.
So,
Look at it.
on the day one
just leave it there.
patch of this game coming out,
Take care of
that ass shot was censored.
Oh no!
They put a fucking flare. They put
Oh,
a fucking
wow.
lens flare over it, and it was only in the PS4 version of the game. Sony being just kneecapping their success as a game company by being Japanophobic. So in the PS4 version of the game, in the base game, if you just put the pop the disc in, don't patch the game, that ass shot is there. You download the day one patch that came out the day this game came out, censored that ass shot with a lens flare. It is only in the PS4 version. The PC version, the Xbone version, and the Japanese PS4 version do not have that lens flare. They only censored it with a lens flare in this version of the game. And everyone was like, that is fucking bullshit.
Where did it come
Okay,
from?
hold on. This is actually important.
Urizen is not a demon. I know that for a fact because I'm from the underworld. My god. What are you then?
It doesn't matter. I'm a shadow of my former self who lost everything. I will tell you the story of my birth.
Ready for more flashbacks, baby?
That's what the game
If
is.
you want flashbacks, I fucking got them. Are you ready?
For a flashback.
So
were we
people
talking about?
complained about that
Oh, yes.
censorship so much because it was bullshit
Yep.
that they released a patch that took the censorship out. They released a patch to remove the patch that censored the ass shot. So now the ass shot has been restored to its full glory.
So all of Western civilization collapsed, but for a brief moment, all of our professors were women.
Saw's that Sunder Evil, the Cavalier. The coolest fucking weapon in the entire franchise. So, that boss fight's really actually interesting and fun, because it's a boss fight against Trish, essentially. Because
Naked Trish.
she uses, like, lightning powers and threw a motorcycle at you. What's the first thing that Trish did in the entire franchise? Threw a motorcycle at Dante and then shot him with lightning. So how did that boss fight start? With him throwing a motorcycle at Dante and shooting him with lightning. And what's the weapon you get for beating Trish? A fucking demonic motorcycle. It's awesome.
You just left Trish lying there. You didn't know what V was going to do to her.
Yeah, just like, okay,
Right.
just gonna put your naked body on the fucking gravel
Dirty-ass fucking
street
road. This European street.
and drive off with this motorcycle that I made from your shell. Meanwhile, V revealed his past to Trish.
Shit.
Cat, calm down.
Jesus Christ.
Every
You
time
thought
he-
you could fit back there?
I mean, he does.